Hello beautifuls, this is Aromie here, and welcome back to Mystic Destiny Serendipity of Aeons. And we are here where Takumi is stealing my heart away from Tatsuya, and that's not cool because this is Tatsuya's route. I open my mouth to say something, but it's even hard to form thoughts, much less get any words out. Smiling brightly, Takumi quickly looks away from me. Oh, yo, are you crying? For a moment I could swear that I see tears forming in his eyes. Are you crying? But he turns on his heels, turns on his heel away from me before I can tell for sure. When he speaks, it's in a voice that's a bit higher than usual. Well, see you later. Wait, Taku. Before I can say anything else though, Takumi jogs off and disappears on the horizon. Taku, you can't. No, I'm probably just misinterpreting things. I climb the stairs with my feelings in a completely jumbled up mess. My feelings are in a mess too, girl. When I get inside, I move in a daze toward my sofa and drop down on it. I don't really like him, do I? Immediately, memories of my time with Tatsuya flash through my head. When I think about it, I guess it's not that hard to see that we have a lot in common. We're both interested in business, we're both the type to take our studies seriously, and we're both logical people. I understand the way he thinks. I feel safe around him. Like I can just relax and trust in his confidence. He can even be very sweet at times, and it makes me want to find out more about him. But I can't think of him without thinking about her, Haruna. And I can never forget how he acted around her, how he looked at her. The very memory makes my stomach churn. I shake my head, shooing those thoughts away. No more of that. Tonight I'll focus on something else, something fun and relaxing. I will myself to think of anything but that as I get up to go to my room. Bro, I'm more worried about Takumi at this point. I prepare myself for an evening of nothing but me and my laptop playing games well into the night. Yesterday ended up being a bit of a mixed bag. The good thing is that I managed to find a way to spend more time with Tatsuya. The bad is that I had to distract myself from negative feelings about Tatsuya. Needless to say, I spent way too many hours playing video games and watching anime instead of focusing on homework. I ended up falling asleep midway through the last episode of Sakura Sparkle Cure 2. And I didn't even have enough time in the morning to watch what I slept through. I hold back aside and look around the lobby. After school, Dad called me again and invited me back to sit in on another meeting. Only it's with Katsu again. Oh, that's great. From the moment I stepped into the Shinamura lobby, my stomach began to feel like it's filled with lead. Meeting Katsu again after what happened last week makes me feel beyond uncomfortable. I can barely sit still without the overwhelming feeling of wanting to run away taking over me. Will he say anything to my father? My heart pounds uncomfortably fast in my chest. Will he tell him that I have powers? Oh shoot, I totally forgot I use powers, right? Of course, I saw him use his abilities, so that means I could rat him out as well. Would he even care if I did, though? Many thoughts swirl in my mind. But the fact is that Katsu could tell my father about me regardless of whether I'm here or not, so I decided to go. I almost jump out of my skin when I hear a familiar voice greet me. Hey there! Oh no, I didn't expect to see him so soon! Why are you looking at me like that? As if I were some sort of bad guy. I don't say anything and just stare up at him. I'm not even sure what to say to him now. Whatever it is he understands from my silence, I'm not sure, but he gives a short laugh. He doesn't say anything else, letting the quiet settle between us while we wait. I try my best to ignore the awkwardness that I feel, but as the seconds tick away, I start to get more and more fidgety. For a brief moment, I actually consider striking up a conversation with Katsunosuke. But the elevator door opens with a ding and Dad walks out. Good guy, Dad. As he walks towards us, he smiles at me. Oh, Dad, you're such a charmer. Mr. Kasaima, good to see you again. Dad and Katsu briefly nod at each other, and then he turns to me. And Michiko, it's nice to see that you decided to come after all. I'd like you to join us through the rest of this negotiation as much as Kasaima does. He was the one to request your presence at he requested me? He was the one to request your presence this time. I smile and nod along with what my father is telling me, but a sensation of dread rapidly spreads throughout my body. I follow after Dad and Katsu into the elevator with my eyes on Katsunosuke's back. So he asked for me. I have no way of predicting what Katsu might be plotting, but knowing that he asked for me to be here puts me on high alert. Neither of the two men seem to notice that there's something on my mind as we go up to Father's office. The meeting goes on without any issue, and despite whatever I was expecting Katsu to do, it really doesn't seem like he has any ulterior motives, as far as I can tell for now anyway. Tatsunosuke quietly reads over some contracts my father had given him, his turquoise eyes scanning over every word. He puts down the papers and finally looks up at my father with an easy smile. The conditions seem fine, and the amount you're offering is more than generous. Then do you... Father's words are muffled by the sudden commotion outside the office door. Please, sir, Mr. Shinomura is in the middle of a meeting. What's going on? Please stop. You can't just... Please wait. I turn to Dad and Katsu, but they seem to be just as confused as I am. Oh no, wait! I can see that Dad is about to get up to go and see what's going on when the office doors burst open with a bang. Tatsuya? Tatsuya, what are you doing? Tatsuya stands in the doorway. I'm so sorry, Mr. Shinomura. He just wouldn't stop. I almost miss it, but I could swear that I see his eyes twitch slightly when he looks at Katsunosuke. He looks right at my father, and when he speaks, his voice doesn't waver in the slightest. My name is Tatsuya Yukimura, and as someone who will be directly affected by this plan, I have a right to listen in on these negotiations. I'll stand in on behalf of the entire Yukimura family whose assets are being sold. I hold my breath at the sudden tension that permeates the room. Just what the hell is going on here? Katsu is suddenly Yukimura's businesses? What that means? Are they related? Wait! What? Father stands up slowly, looking less than happy. I'm not sure if that's appropriate, Mr. Yukimura. Father glances at Katsunosuke, who lets out a chuckle. Why not if he wants to so badly? I'd like to hear what Snowflake has to say anyway. Snowflake? When I look at Tatsuya, he doesn't react to the odd nickname at all. It's as if he didn't realize he was being called that, or was simply used to it. If that's your wish, then. Miss Yamaguchi, thank you. That'll be all. Miss Yamaguchi bows her head and retreats out of the room. I apologize for interrupting. I won't do it again. With that, he takes one of the remaining empty armchairs in front of the conference table. As he sits down, he glances at me, but other than a slight raise of his eyebrow, he shows no other signs of recognizing me. Now then, since everything is settled, why don't we continue the meeting? Mr. Shinomura, if you will. Oh, yes, of course. I hold back a giggle. It's so strange to see Dad looking so flustered for once. I suppose he's not used to having people burst in on meetings. I haven't seen him blush since that time. As soon as a thought starts to form, I shut it down. No, this is not the time to be remembering her. Dad sits down in his chair, and straightens himself up. I focus all my attention on him and the meeting. Yes, so I was saying, I have decided to go ahead with purchasing not just all of the property that the Kasama family owns, but that of the entire Ryu clan. Katsunosuke remains quiet. He doesn't seem at all bothered when Tatsuya slowly speaks instead. And what will happen to all the employees? We will keep the employees where we can, but honestly not all the shops will be considered viable. Some affected businesses will be closed, and where possible, the employees in other stores will be laid off with a sizable severance check. Tatsuya's face twists in anger. He leans forward to the desk at my father. So, you'll just close down shops that mean everything to my family like it's nothing? You're not even bothering to ask the people themselves what they think, or if they even want this? But Shinomura is offering more than enough money to buy out the businesses, and the employees could go on to live happy lives. Did you ask them that then? If it's something that will make them happy. You think people will be glad to lose their life's work? To lose their dreams? All for some money? What? I didn't... When you put it that way, it does sound bad. But it's only the businesses that are doing poorly in the first place that would get closed down. We would never just take away people's dreams. Katsunosuke's eyes are on me as I argue with Tatsuya. His eyes sparkle with what I could only call delight. It's as if he's highly entertained by all of this. Michiko, that's enough. It looks like we won't be able to reach a consensus comfortably today, Mr. Kasama. Hearing my father's words, I snap back to reality. I finally comprehend that I've been having an argument with what is essentially one of my father's clients. It seems so. I hate to admit it, but if the Yukimuras are involved now, I'll need a bit more time. We'll need to have the Ryu's final answer on the deal before the end of the fiscal quarter next month. I'm well aware. I'll think about to handle the matter and be in touch. Tetsu rises to his feet. Father follows suit, and they exchange a quick handshake. He then looks down at me. I can't read what he's thinking. Michiko, I'd like to have a word with you outside, if you would. I don't want to. Reluctant feels like an understatement to describe what I'm feeling now. I looked to my father. I had wanted to talk to him, my mother as well. Some other things today, but I see him urging me to go along with Katsu with his eyes. Guess I'll just ask another time then. Thank you for inviting me, father. I'll talk to you later then. As I get up from my seat, Tatsuya refuses to look at me. I realize he wants to stay behind to talk to my father. With a heavy heart, I follow after Katsunosuke. We walk out of the room together. Okay. We're out the sidewalk, maybe only a few steps away from the Shinomura entrance, when Katsunosuke suddenly spins around. He gets to my face to the point I back into a wall. Cornered between him and the wall, I have no choice but to look up at him. Or I could look down at my feet. That works too. I want to continue our conversation from earlier. I want to know, why do you seem so afraid and uncomfortable around me? Has someone talked to you about me? What? Like who? Talk to me about what? Katsu doesn't answer, just keeps scrutinizing with those surprisingly hard eyes. I just have some questions about what happened that night. Is that all then? I'll be happy enough to answer them when you come on that date I asked for. Dang it! There's always a catch! Hold on, I'm trying to adjust myself in my chair. I didn't get to finish it after all. Ugh. I'm cold. Trying to get my blanket around me. I look away, not feeling up to dealing with him after everything that happened at the meeting. I just need to get away from Katsunosuke somehow. As if hearing my thoughts, he followed my line of vision, thinking about getting away from me. Exactly why is that anyway? After that amusing little argument, I've been wondering, could it be that you're interested in Snowflake? Why are you so nosy? Why are you so nosy? Uncomfortable with the line of questioning, I decided to turn it around on him. Why do you care anyway? It's my business. I'm a curious person and got my interest right now. I refuse to say anything else and simply glare up at him. Finally, he laughs and carelessly runs a hand through his long hair. Regardless, that date. Since I don't have time today, I'll take you out tomorrow. Yeah, maybe. I prefer a yes. He is so dominant. Katsu doesn't seem willing to back off at all. I rack my brain trying to come up with some good excuse that I could give him, but I'm drawing a blank. After what happened last time, there's no way I'm going on a date with this creep. But I can't be too rude to him as long as he's a client of father's. Michiko? Hearing someone call my name out, Katsu and I both turned to look at the newcomer. Sho! It's Sho! Oh no, all the baby boys that I want to go after now are like saving me. Sho is the last person I had expected to see here. He looks seriously from Katsunosuke to me, his usual smile not present. He takes a step closer to us, his eyes are focused on Katsu. Sho? Hey! I'm Sho Hattori, a friend of Michiko's. You know Michiko? Huh? What? Luckily, Katsu doesn't seem to notice my confusion. His eyes are entirely focused on Sho. I almost sigh in relief when Katsu backs away and fully turns to face him. Thanks, Sho. Tatsunosuke Kosaima. A pleasure, I'm sure. As for if we know each other, you could say that. We don't know each other. Don't say that. We're acquaintances. Not by choice. He looks down at me again and leans to whisper in my ear. I'll see you later. No, you won't. Seemingly satisfied for the moment, Katsunosuke saunters away without bothering to acknowledge Sho any further. Sho comes to sit next to me, although his eyes follow Katsu for a while, until his form is lost in the crowds. Are you alright, Michiko? Yes, much better now. Who was that guy anyway? Was he your boyfriend? Would I be uncomfortable around my boyfriend? No, he's just some guy who seems to like me. I'm honestly thankful that you showed up when you did. This is the way I take to go to Chawa. And anyone could see that guy was being creepy with some girl. I was just surprised to see that it was you. Can I manage to avoid him next time? I get the feeling Katsu won't back off again. I look at Sho and smile. Well, anyway, thank you for helping me out. Sure, happy to help. I'll see you later, Sho. I give him a little wave as I walk away, but my thoughts weigh heavily on my heart. I've somehow ended up caught in the middle of this negotiation in the worst way possible. I start feeling nauseous the more I think about it. What if I really mess up this deal horribly for Dad? How can I expect to take over after him when I'm such a mess? I didn't even think about it before I started arguing with Tatsuya. At this point, I'm not worthy of the position at all. I sigh and shake my head, trying to clear myself of the gloominess that threatens to take over me. If I don't get it together, Dad might want Keiyo to become his successor. What? I don't think she'd forgive me if she were forced into that. Although I can't stop myself from feeling miserable, I decide that I won't let myself fail. Not until I've at least tried my best. Pushing those thoughts aside for now, I turn and walk towards the station. Already feeling exhausted from the day's events, I can't wait to get home. Chapter 7, Blizzard. It's Monday and I'm on my way to Control and Focus class, which I'm starting to believe I need. Since last Friday's meeting with Tatsuya and Katsu, I've been feeling more stressed lately. That's probably why I've had a hiccup. I've had 1 or 2 incidents with my ice magic going out of control. But they were very small and isolated. Chilling my drink a bit isn't anything to worry about. Other than that, I've also had the same dreams about Shizuka again, which didn't exactly help me relax. I don't know why the messages are loading in like blocks. I haven't gotten around to talking to Dad either since Friday because he's been too busy to meet up, and this isn't the sort of thing you can ask about by phone. Feeling stressed, frustrated, and generally bummed out, I finally called Emmy just to complain about Tatsuya as a partner. But there was still so much I couldn't tell her. I can't exactly go around talking about high-profile business deals with a student. I felt a little better after talking with her, but the lack of quality sleep and stress is starting to get to me. Feeling miserable, I turn a corner and almost immediately bump into an unlikely duo. Tatsuya and Sho. Aww, Sho. Tatsuya is not winning my heart right now. Why are you not doing that, dude? Whoa, are you okay? Yeah, sorry, just not paying enough attention to where I was going. No problem, as long as you're alright. I look from Sho to Tatsuya, confused on why they were walking together. They're such polar opposites, and Tatsuya doesn't even seem to really like Sho. Rude. Tatsuya immediately begins to walk away and Sho hurries to catch up with him. I quickly follow too, since we all seem to be going in the same direction. So, were you okay getting home on Friday? Oh, yeah. That's good here, because, well, I don't usually judge people, but that guy seems like a total creep. Did you have to bring him up now? You should be careful with guys like him if you keep seeing him. I could even watch out for you on dates sometimes if you want. I'm not... Before I can explain the situation, Tatsuya increases his walking speed by an inhuman amount and goes ahead of us toward Hikaru's class. Joe and I can only watch him as he goes, and I let out a little sigh. He probably thinks I'm messing around with guides instead of studying or something. I don't care what he thinks, because he's not doing anything to us, so, like, he's not even trying to talk to us anymore, so... What a jerk! He didn't even stick around for me to explain myself. Not that I need him to. Tatsuya's so mean. He didn't even want me to walk with him, even though we were going in the same direction. But this is the first time he just totally snubbed me like this. Maybe he's getting even meaner? Or maybe he was just really annoyed by what you said. Oh, but that must be hard on you. If so, how are you guys getting along? As well as you think with a guy like that. One minute I think I understand him and that we're getting along, and then the next we're arguing with each other. I just don't get him. Huh, yeah, me neither really. But Tatsuya's always been like that. It's not you at all. Shinji's always talking about how you got something up his butt. Sho pats me on the back as if to console me and then adds, I don't really think Tatsuya gets along with mostly anyone, except Taku. And to be honest, I don't understand that one at all. I think he's pretty lonely, so he could use someone like you. Akumi's words combine with Sho's in my mind, and I feel a pang of guilt. A small one, but it's there. Maybe I should be trying to get along with him better. Ugh, I don't know. Feeling out of sorts and even more frustrated, Sho and I part ways, and I head into the Control and Focus classroom. Despite all the problems swirling around in my mind, I find that listening to Professor Arden's lectures is actually quite easy. As I've said many a time, breathing is absolutely essential to control. It doesn't matter if you summon the power if you can't control it. I glance over at Emmy. She's sitting further away from me since she got here earlier. She seems completely focused on the lesson, but I can tell she's not hearing anything new either. It's all thanks to Tatsuya's taking the time out to teach us that one weekend. I can't help but feel grateful to Tatsuya despite his attitude, since I hate feeling clueless in class. As Professor Arden lectures, I realize I've started to feel like magic is something I might actually be able to understand. Before I know it, I'm daydreaming, imagining all the exciting kind of things I might be able to do with my powers if I gain control. For some reason, I find myself remembering that time in the rain. Yeah, the only CGR I got. He had so easily turned pouring rain into a gently falling snow, with just a hand and his own unseen power. He did it so effortlessly, as easy as breathing. He created a chemical change that became a beautiful memory for me. Tatsuya. I think I'll ask him exactly how he did that the next time we see him. He has so much knowledge, but I haven't been utilizing him nearly enough. Professor Arden announces that class is over, but I only half hear him. Maybe he'll give me some more study sessions. He could even help my random power bursts that have happened ever since that day with... No, I can't tell him that, but I can at least try asking for more study sessions again. That should help the losses of control all on its own, right? With this new plan in mind, I finally stand up, gathering my things and head for the door. On the way out, Emmy catches up to me. Hey, are you feeling any better, Michiko? You look really tired. No need to worry, I'm fine. I'll go home after this anyway. After this? After what? Oh, I need to ask someone a favor, so I'm headed to Professor Kazama's class. Someone? I'll bet I know who it is. Alright then, I'll see you later. Get some rest, okay? I wave goodbye to Emmy and come to a stop in front of Hikaru's door. A wave of tiredness hits me, but I fight through it. I'll go home right after this. I can make it that long at least. I position myself out of the way of the last straggling students and settle into wait. But after a few minutes, I still don't see Tatsuya. Both curious and impatient, I decide to go in myself. Surprisingly, I see Sho at Hikaru's desk. Hikaru is sitting down, patiently listening to Sho, who seems to be passionately pleading something. And so, do you think you could get me into remedial classes too? I know it would help me a lot. I hate to admit it, but even though I know the theory, I'm struggling in my practical classes. Well, it's still early enough in the school year. We should be able to work something out. Just then, Hikaru's piercing eyes spot me. Melody, hello there. How are you? Did you need something? Yeah, I need you. Oh, my eyes dart around the room until I see Blue Tatsuya. Blue. Tatsuya is still sitting in a seat, working on his laptop furiously. Actually, I was waiting for Yukimura. Professor Kazama's eyes follow mine to Tatsuya and he chuckles. Is that so? I see things are going well with you two. Nah, not really. No! I mean, it's not like that. I just want to ask him a question. Not like, what exactly? Well, I'm glad to see you both getting along. I was a little worried at first, but you seem fine. Yeah, it's totally not like that, Professor K. Actually, I saw Michiko last weekend on a date with some other guy. Ugh, but it wasn't like that then either. Frustrated and embarrassed, I turn around and prepare to head out. I'll just catch up with you later, Yukimura. I say my last piece without even turning around, then walk out. Did he even hear me though? Then walk out of the door. I get to the elevator and quickly press the button for the first floor. Ugh, I'm so tired, I'm starting to get a headache. Sure can be such a pain sometimes. The door begins to close, but suddenly a hand appears on one. It easily pushes the door back and Tatsuya steps in. Hello? What are you doing? As shocked as I am to see him, I feel happy too. The door closes behind him and he comes to stand beside me. Yukimura, you didn't have to come after me. Even as I speak those words, I actually feel grateful. It always what if he wasn't though? That'll be even more embarrassing to say. It always seemed like I'm the one chasing after him, so this is nice. I would have caught up with you later. Sorry if I disturbed your work. I feel like I'm starting to ramble, but Tatsuya quietly shakes his head. No, don't worry about it. If you need something, it's my responsibility as your partner to get it done. Well, thanks. I feel a twinge of disappointment from his curt tone and I shove it away. So, what's your question? Oh, that, right. I wanted to know if you're free for some more study sessions. As soon as possible, preferably. Technically, I'm free this evening. Really? But I'm going to go to my mother's house tonight, so we'd have to study there. Oh, okay, sure, I guess. If that's okay with you. That definitely feels a little awkward, but since I know it's Mom, I guess it'll be okay. Yeah, it's a little far, but I've got the car today, so we could probably make it back before it gets too late. Yeah, sounds good. So he drives. That's pretty unexpected and kind of cool. Is there anything this guy can't do? Yeah, fall in love with us. The elevator dings and we step out. We don't really say much along the way to his car, but despite my headache, I'm in a better mood than I've been since Friday. The car ride is just as quiet as our walk to it. Smooth, jazzy music plays at a low level from the stereo. Beside me, Tatsuya seems as serious about driving as he is about everything else. After about 10 minutes of silence, I start babbling. So, about how far is it? It's pretty deep within the Chowa district. It'll probably be another 20 minutes or so. I see. So do you have any siblings? 2, a younger sister and brother. Oh, nice. Are you close with them? I guess so. Tatsuya's short answers discourage me, and I soon fall silent. I really don't get this guy. Sometimes he's really sincere, and sometimes he feels so cold. What did I ever do to him? Maybe I'm just being oversensitive since I don't feel good. Can I ask him about the girl? Instead of attempting any further conversations, I decided to stare out the window at the evening glow. He could start a conversation too. After some time, the car starts decelerating. I had been leaning against the window, but now I sit up straight and look ahead. I immediately see the reason for the slowdown. The road simply ends at some trees and then seems to drop off steeply. I look at Tatsuya, who's still moving the car forward, but his face is as unemotional as ever. Are you gonna stop? It's fine, just sit back. What do you mean it's fine? After a few moments of glaring at him, I realize he's not going to say anything more. I grin and throw myself back to the seat, crossing my arms. You better not kill us, Yukamura. At almost the exact same time as I speak, a shimmer shudders through the air in front of us, revealing the rest of the road. Ahead in the distance, I can see a huge gate that cars can travel through. Alongside it, there's a sidewalk that a few people are riding bikes on. Just when I start thinking things aren't so different. He could have told me, though, instead of scaring me like that, jerk. We head through the gate without any issues. Apparently, the attendant recognized Tatsuya and waved us through. Other than those few words, we lapsed back into silence. We've been driving for over half an hour now, and I'm starting to realize why Tatsuya doesn't live with his parents. It's so far from campus. I wonder if he makes this drive often. Despite the quiet atmosphere in the car, my headache and generally feeling unwellness has been getting worse. With so much time to think, my thoughts have been drifting to my dreams, to my mother. It's not lost on me that there's a connection between my stress and my current state, but this isn't the place to work through my issues. The car splashes through after rain puddles, water splattering against the window. I watch the droplets roll down the glass. Feeling restless, I decided to start talking again, this time about what I really wanted to ask him. So, Yukamura. Tatsuya briefly glances at me before turning back to the road. Determined, I continued on. You know that study session you gave me a few weeks ago? Well, it turns out that it was seriously helpful. Like, really. I think I almost learned more in that one day than I have in my classes so far. You think maybe we could do sessions like that one more often? Like this one more often from now on. I'm sorry if I'm being selfish. I didn't want to ask because I didn't want to put even more pressure on you. I know you're busy. I look at Tatsuya's face, hoping that pouring out my heart worked for once. But I'm surprised to see his expression is anything but softened up. As we come to a stop at a red light, he whips his head around to face me. You really have time for more sessions? What? Or for that matter, do you even have time to be worrying about me when you're busy going off on dates with random guys? Excuse me! Excuse me! Why should it matter, huh, Tatsuya? What? How did you think I honestly wouldn't know? You think that I'm stupid or just that uninformed? Why does it matter? Why are you getting aggro on me? Eh? Do you care? Cause you have obviously not cared, boy. Why would you even care what I'm doing or who I'm seeing all of a sudden? Only because you're trying to hurt my family. Smiling at me one moment and seeing that bastard Katsunosuke behind my back next, I know you're trying to move forward on the Shinamura business deal. The business deal? My mind is spinning at Tatsuya's words. New pieces of information have been thrown at me, but I can't even grasp them to begin to put them together. The headache is pounding freely now. With all the yelling, I grab the side of my head with one hand and try to breathe through the pain. Look, I have no idea what you heard or where, but I swear, before Friday, I didn't know you and Katsunosuke had any connection. Bullshit! I don't need to be coddled or fed lies. You're Shinamura's daughter, and you clearly sat in on those meetings before. There's no way you couldn't have known. A throb shoots from my head through my entire body, and I almost convulse with pain. Ugh, I can't breathe. I have to get out of here, away from him. Oh no, I'm crying! I fumble with the car's lock with my one free hand and push open the door. Behind me, Yukimura's voice cries out, distant in my jumbled thoughts. What are you doing? The force of his voice causes me to lurch out of the car, almost falling. I'm so sad right now. I manage to stand up and start running, clutching my head. I don't know where I'm running to. I splash through the puddles, cold water drenching my skirt, tights, and shoes. But I don't stop. I can't see, but through my tears, the sky has become such a fiery bright orange that it feels surreal. The sound around I'm mentally sad now. The sound around me seems to be strangely absent, yet everything's so loud and messy in my head. The thoughts scream at me, or is it Yukimura that's screaming? Like water from a broken dam, thoughts come rushing forth. How Dad hasn't mentioned hers since that night at the restaurant. How Tatsuya suddenly started yelling at me. And of course what she did to me against my will, causing this whole mess. The tears blur everything into a bright orange sky that gives me a surreal feeling. And I need to take a break because my anxiety my anxiety for this girl is on high alert. Do you guys ever have that strange tingling feeling in your hand when you're when the feeling is too strong? Like your emotions are really on the high. I don't know if it's just me, if my feelings and anxiety is shooting off the roof reading that, but Tatsuya, I'ma pop you real quick cause you're hurting my feelings. His storyline has made me feel very depressed and sad about myself. I haven't felt any tender love and care that I really need right now in this game. But anyway, this is where we're gonna stop for today. Thank you guys for watching. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.